YouTube. So we have made a decision this year. We have made a decision this year to YouTube more. We are doing more around here and dedicating more to the garden and the ducks and the chickens, which you guys don't really get to see a lot of that on our Instagram. So we have decided to vlog a lot more this year. Bear with us, we are working with older equipment, but we do plan on upgrading. But it just so happens that as we've decided to share more with you about our homestead in the making, that it is hatching day. We right now have only one blue layer. She lays a blue egg. And then we have an ice bar chicken, and she is our only like solid breed of chicken. Everybody else is like a barnyard mix that we got from eggs we were given to eat, and we decided to incubate them instead. Because incubating 30 chickens when we didn't have the room was a super smart idea. Anyways, I now have some green layers, some tan layers, and the blue layer. But our one breed, the ice bar chicken, actually lays like a khaki green egg with white speckles, and it is our favorite. But the eggs in the incubator were bought from a friend who specifically breeds for a rainbow basket. So we have Morans in there that lay a nice freckly dark chocolate egg, and then we have olive eggers which lay a darker green, and then I believe her blue layers are Easter eggers and cream leg bars. So we are super excited to see what we get. Not every time you hatch that color egg, the same egg comes out. As far as the hen doesn't always lay the same color, it depends on the rooster and things like that. But it's still a fun project to hatch our own eggs, and we have gone down substantially in numbers in our flock lately. So I'm ready to have more chickens and a more colorful egg basket. So I'm going to bring you with me to go see if there are any eggs right now. Obviously it's time to get more feed when you're scraping the bottom of the bag. So we are also going to put an automatic feeder on our Amazon list because scooping every day gets annoying. Alright guys, so this is our temporary fence as we work on the gardening space behind me, and basically it's doing its job because all the ducks are here. Don't judge all my projects in a pile type of deal. Yeah, if you're looking for the glam farm, it's down the road. So these are our Muscovy ducks, which you can raise for meat or eggs. They are perfect moms. They do such a great job at raising their own ducklings, so we don't have to worry about it. And as you can tell, they get to be a good size. So they are perfect meat birds from a very young age, like 14 weeks or less for the drakes. And they're super sweet. They have great personalities. And you're late to the party. You better go get them. Okay, here are the chickens who are currently cooped because they've been naughty girls and eating all of my garden. So let's get some eggs. As you can see, one of our ducks is currently laying. So we just come out here each day and count and see when she's done. We probably will let her hatch these just to see what we come up with. And we can always sell the ducklings, or we can raise them for meat, or we can keep them if they are some of the patterns we've been breeding for. It's always a bit of a surprise when they hatch. So, you getting a drink over there, Hope? You're so patient. You're just waiting your turn in line, huh? So we always have projects lined up, and this is one of them. This is our old swing set that we had years and years ago, and as you can tell, it's a little wonky and rusty. But we are going to change it into a chicken tractor. So it's super lightweight, and we can move it around the yard and kind of use the chickens to our advantage to fertilize the yard, tear up the old grass, things like that. Yeah, so just being resourceful and using what you have is great. It just means that you always have a project pile. collected a little bit early this morning. These were the two we got, a really pretty tan and green. These are actually from our brand new layers, from those 30 chickens we didn't need. Yeah, those. But Zoe went inside and grabbed the basket, so let's show you what colors we normally get. Here is my lovely Zoe with yesterday's lipstick on.
Well, I put more on.
Oh my goodness. So here are the colors we normally get. We've got some green with white speckles. This was our favorite that we were telling you about. I don't know if that'll show up really well, but she consistently lays with this like white speckle and this khaki green color, and I love it.
And I like this color.
You like the light tan? And then
Because
we have like a pinkish layer, some
it.
green, tans. So we're
and
just...
there's green with...
Yeah, that's one of Ice Bars. So you can see the difference between this green and this green. And this was a really great one we just got from a brand new one.
Some of them have brown on them.
Yeah, we love freckles, right? So in the incubator are ones that will be a darker green and a chocolatey brown and some blue, hopefully. Alright, so our girls are cooped up currently. I'm going to give them some dried worms. These are from the Honest Worm, and I like these because they are actually full and not hollow. I don't know if you can really tell, but basically the stuff that is good for them is still inside, and they go crazy for these. So let me open the coop and show you guys. I really love having the ducks because they are much sweeter than my chickens. My chickens are great and I love them, but it just seems like they're tiny little dinosaurs, whereas the ducks are kind of like puppies. They come up to you and they wag their little tails and they're just so sweet. They make all these little cooing noises.
Hey guys! Hi, I'm Zoe. I'm Jaden. Welcome to our digging hole. Our homestead, kind of. Home. Okay. Now okay, let's go. This is the Inkledy pool. Say hi! Trying to eat broccoli?
Ta-da! Look, this one has the white speckling on it like we like getting from Ice Bar, and our new pink layer.
Nice.
Yeah!
Oh, it's two.
And that beautiful green.
Soup's pretty. Okay guys, today we have been gardening, or the past few days we've been gardening, and right now we got asparagus planted, and that's really only it about the garden, because right now we're waiting for the seasons to come around, and we're waiting to see if our soil is working, so we're just making sure, we're just waiting a while, and blah, blah, blah. And, I'll show you around the garden. Okay, here are our asparagus. Little known fact. The asparagus have to be grown in their own little trench with lots and lots of space to grow. We've put fertilizer in, and we've planted 2-year-old asparagus crowns, and they need their own little space. They also need their own little trench, a few inches apart, just so they don't fight over land or something. And as soon as we get our wood chips in, we're going to cover them Right now we have our regular soil, which is big, and all of our compost. And dun dun dun. Okay, so this is all the compost we have. It may or may not have a few twigs, trash, whatever.
Alright guys, so basically I just want to tell you a little bit about all of this. Are you guys gonna talk too? So basically, I know you guys don't get to see a lot of this on our Instagram, but I decided to start sharing this on our YouTube because our goals are to be much bigger than this. We have this little backyard smack dab in the city, and my goal is to homestead one day. It is like the biggest dream of mine. I have had it forever. It's not something we could afford at when we were 21 and buying our first house and things like that. So I became very frustrated, and I got into this place of being almost resentful of this yard and of the house, and like I would pray to God, like, God, why haven't you given me my dream of homesteading? And I basically heard from him, and so basically I felt like he was telling me that I'm not even caring for what I have to its fullest potential, and I'm in this place like I can't even be thankful for what I have, but I expect him to bless me with acres and acres of work. So it was a really convicting moment for me because I had been struggling so much with like why he hadn't given me the space yet. So I decided to just jump into all things that I could while I was in the city. That does limit me. I can't have milking goats, I can't have horses, I can't have honeybees because of the neighbors that treat their lawn and so on. But I can garden, and I can have chickens with special permission here, and I can have ducks, and I can raise meat rabbits, and I can do these things. I can learn to ferment, and I already knew how to cook from scratch just because my mom was such a southern cook. But all these skills that I could really hone in on, so when God did bless us with a piece of property, I wasn't like, now what? I have no idea what to do. So I decided to start gardening and all of those things. And a few years ago, we had such an incredible harvest of lots of lettuce and different greens and cucumbers, and we made our own pickles, and it was all so great, and actually part of our homeschooling that year. And then last year, we got our chickens and decided to, well, we had our chickens in a coop, but then last year we decided to let them free range, and they ate all of our garden, like completely plowed it down. So last year we did not have any sort of harvest. This year I decided to fence off half the yard and build them their own little coop area, and so hopefully when we garden this year we get to eat the food. Basically, I have been practicing my skills as far as growing edible food and working with the chickens and the ducks for meat and egg production. And we did go a little crazy with the ducks and the chickens when we decided to start breeding for colors of eggs and feather colors and all kinds of ridiculousness, but you don't have to do that. You can just have the bare minimum for your family, which we kind of did cut down to this year, so I feel like it's a lot more manageable for us to handle while also homeschooling the kids and things like that. So I definitely feel like if you find yourself in this place of frustration and you don't have your homestead yet, because we don't, there's still ways around it to practice those skills that you so desperately want to have every day. Feeding your family natural whole ingredients that you grew, it's totally possible. It's possible to grow edible food in your backyard without a ton of space. You just have to do it smartly. You have to be inventive, basically. We do have the space to grow some food, obviously not 100% of our food, but we are making big changes to our yard this spring to kind of use the space a little more wisely. All that to say, just remind yourself to be thankful and to operate in the blessings that He has already given you, so that when He does bless you with more, you know how to handle it and you don't feel overwhelmed. that's what we are doing right now, and I hope that you take something away from that and maybe work on a new skill this week. Maybe look into starting your own kombucha, which we can definitely do a video about, or learning how to make tinctures or treat your sicknesses with herbs and elderberry and things like that. There's so many little facets of homesteading and being self-sustainable and living such a more natural lifestyle that we don't even think that we're capable of doing, but we really are because it's so easy. There is a little mini day as far as the things that are going on right now and the things that we have to get done, as you can see from our bed. Have been amending the soil for the last few days with the compost we've been saving up from our chickens and our ducks, and also we used to have rabbits, which we want to do that again soon, but their compost is great because you don't have to let it sit. It's not hot compost, which means you can put it right on the garden and it's great fertilizer. But anyway, we have been saving up all of our compost and we have been filling up the beds with it, and I think we are going to be looking into doing the Back to Eden method of gardening, where you just cover the soil in organic matter and wood chips, and you basically let this ecosystem create itself, and you don't have to till and things like that, so it's a lot less work and a lot more natural, a lot more natural of a way to garden. So that's what we have been doing for the last few days. If you guys have any questions for us or special requests of things you want to see around here, just let us know. Hit subscribe and wait patiently for more videos, because we're definitely going to need your suggestions for what you want to see next. And give us a follow over on shelby.sheen on Instagram. And we also have a homesteading feed that we just started. It's called Barefoot Harvest on Instagram, and basically we just post pictures of our eggs, and when our garden grows in we'll be posting pictures of that. And we also make all natural handmade soaps, so we post pictures of that. Those sort of things, you can follow that one as well. It's up to you, but we would love your support. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye, guys.